Thank you, Mr. Roland Angerer, for joining us. You are the Asia Regional Director for ChildFund, and I'm so happy to have you in at this point because we need solutions. How do you deal with the problem when you have Amphan on one side and COVID on the other? It is an unprecedented situation. Have you all found a strategy that just might work to save lives?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. And let me say, first of all, I had the privilege to live 4 years of my life in India, and I know how difficult it is for many mothers to put food on the table for their children every day. And it really breaks my heart when I see the millions of people who are now affected by this double tragedy in Bengal. And you're quite right, the COVID situation is exacerbating the problems we see, and the storm has actually done away with a number of inroads we have made already. The storm has not only destroyed houses, but also hand-washing facilities, medical facilities, even storage and stocks of support material that was already there has been simply washed away. And as it was very well shown in the video, we see that the temporary shelters can become a problem now in the aftermath when people go back home. In these conditions, it is very likely that the virus has been transmitted further. And with the incubation period in the next 2 weeks, we most likely will see the cases rising. What we're trying to do is actually to reach those people, which of course proves difficult. Again, the COVID situation, we have restrictions for travel, for flight bans. We need to train our teams. We need to prepare them with protective equipment. They should not be the ones who bring the virus to communities or spread it even further. We have to make sure that testing facilities are accessible and available, that hand washing is reinstalled again in the communities. And all of that needs resources. And a third element where the COVID situation makes it more difficult is that less resources are available now. We know from international donors in the international market, huge amounts are being spent in their own countries because of the COVID threat, and less money is available for events which, even if millions of people are affected, are considered small in comparison with this global pandemic. So we're really struggling to get money for the operation in Bengal, and we would like to appeal not only to the Indian residents, but also to the diaspora. We know there are millions of Indians living abroad, and we appeal to them, please help us as well. Grab your phone, go to our webpage. We have fundraising operations in 11 countries where you can reach out to us.
So, Mr. Angerer, let me just jump in with a quick question.
Yes, please.
You know, you would have dealt with the impact of cyclones in other parts of Asia as well. What makes the situation in Bengal particularly challenging on this occasion?
Well, first of all, it's the scope of it. So many people affected, so much destruction all around. Secondly, it's the access problem. The geography is not really prone to reach out to faraway villages in rural areas. And the third one, as I said, I just tried to talk about, is the COVID situation, which exacerbates the problem. And we have problems to get people on the ground. We're working with local partners. We try to find local solutions, but we have to train those people and we have to equip them with the right equipment and gear so that they can do their job properly.
All right, absolutely. Equipping your people, ensuring that they are protected during this COVID situation. And I think the point that you made over there about how a lot of the supplies and the resources you had have simply been washed away, that adds to so much of your challenges. It's going to be time consuming, but thank you so much for sharing your response and your observations on what's happening in Bengal right now. Thanks very much indeed.